Hello. So it was just raining just now, and I thought, why not just make some butter popcorn while I read? It just feels like it suits the vibe. So I have this. I don't know how to read it. Is it in French? Oh, this is a postcard. Act 2, microwave popcorn. This feels very American. Okay, you know, I just watched a video last night from American YouTubers, I guess, and they have, in their movie theater, they have butter. You know, like those melted butter, and then they just put the butter inside their popcorn. I mean, inside the popcorn, on top of their popcorn, however they like it. And that was such a shock for me because I don't think we have it here. I never went to a movie theater that provides butter, like melted butter, and to put it in my popcorn. Like if I have that, that would be great. I didn't even know that that is an option. It's really surprising. I always see people do it in movies, but I don't actually know how to do it. This side up. Girl, is this French? I can't read French. This side down. This side. Huh? Do they have salt in this? I prefer my popcorn to have salt, sugar, and butter. Do they have salt in this? The ingredients says that it's French. I can't read French. So do I just like put it like that in the microwave? What does this mean? Open this end. Open it here. Pick up here. Does that mean I have to cut it? Listen to the pop to know when to stop. Set time. Oh, like this. Oh, just put it like this. Oh. Why do I look white? Watch and listen. See here. It says watch and listen. Open back like this. Oh, okay. This is actually quite confusing. Let's go. I'm gonna put it in the microwave. I think that's how you do it. Oh my god, it pops exactly just like in the movie. You can't really see it, but damn. It floats. How do I know if it's ready? It says when the popping slowed down. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's bloated. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, it's done. Yo, it smells so nice. Wait, I think it's hot. Yeah, it's hot. Do not handle back from this end, okay? So I have to like this. Oh, okay, this one is fine. Oh. Look at these. This is so not aesthetically pleasing. Hold on. Look at that. I got it chopped. Alright, I'm gonna add some sugar. Yep. I was thinking about reading. I mean, it's rainy season, so I was thinking about reading. But suddenly I got too lazy because I just made myself a popcorn. Should I watch Backrooms instead? This is actually quite good. Canada is not that bad, I guess. So I'm currently reading this book called The Needless Street. The Last House on the Needless Street, in the Needless Street, something like that. It has been quite weird. I don't actually know where this book is going. We got lots of weird things, peculiar things, I would say. Like, the main character, he kind of talks like a child. He has this like childlike mannerism or childlike mindset, like the way that he perceives people like animals, but not like in a bad way, but just if a person looked tired, he would think that person looks tired as a possum. Or if a person hair has the color of an orange, and he would think, oh, that person has hair color of an orange juice. It seems like he grows up in a very abusive, like mentally abusive. Something funny just happened. Like, I was talking to the camera to my phone, and suddenly the lift opened, and it was just embarrassing because I was talking to myself, like being alone, and they just look at me. It seems like he grew up in a very abusive household. It seems like his mother is quite abusive in terms of like emotional or like mentally abuse him. It seems like his growth is stunted. So the way he thinks kind of like stunted. Instead of he has a daughter, and it seems like he wants to find a partner for himself so that his daughter would have a mother, but instead of referring to those women as mothers or as women, he kind of called them as friends instead. So it seems like he still has not really grown yet mentally, but he is in his 40s or in his 30s. So yeah, I think it's quite peculiar. Not really, if you think about it. If he grows up in an abusive household, it's not weird that he doesn't really grow mentally, But we also get the perspective of his cat, Olivia. He called his cat Olivia. That cat reads Bible. That cat is Christian, bruh. I have a cat. Does that make my cats Muslim? I don't know. Olivia reads Bible, and Olivia believes in God. Olivia refers to human as Ted because the main character name is Ted. So Olivia refers to other humans as Ted. She doesn't call them humans or people. She calls them Ted. She has her own thoughts. Even though she's a cat, she has her own thoughts and opinions on things. So far, the reading journey has been quite... I think I like this book because I've never really read something like this. Like, it makes me feel like, where is this gonna go? I'm alone, by the way, in a random hall. This is my view right now. I'm literally alone in here. It's a new day, everyone. It's a new day. So, just a little bit of update on the book that I'm reading. I've noticed that it starts to get a bit intense and a bit confusing. I talked about Ted yesterday. Today, I'm gonna speak about Delilah. I think that's her name. Delilah has 4 members in her family. So it's like her mother, her sister Delilah, and her little sister, which is Lulu. One day they went to this one lake. It was just I think on the weekend, I'm not really sure, but it's just like a very busy day. Everybody was on the lake. They were kids at that time. I think like Dee was in her teenage years, but Lulu was a kid. Dee was about to go swimming in the lake. Her mother said, okay, but bring Lulu with you. But Dee was like shrugging. She was like, whatever, because she was not in a good mood at that time. And then when she went, Lulu was behind her, but she wasn't really, like, because Delilah didn't look back. She kind of like don't really care about Lulu, So when she get to the lake, when she was about to swim, she couldn't see Lulu, but she thought that Lulu was with her mother. Fast forward, Lulu was not actually with her mother. We do not know what happened to Lulu, but she's gone. And I mean gone, like you don't know what happened to her, more like disappear. Now, her mother has left her father, and I think her father passed away. Now it's just Dee. What happened to Lulu? I don't know. We're not at the part where we actually know what happened to Lulu. But it just feels quite devastating. I cannot imagine losing one of your family members in that way, not knowing what happened to them. But they kind of assume that Lulu got kidnapped. For some reason, there seems like to be a correlation between Lulu and Ted. Because Lulu was on the newspaper for, she went missing. So her face was all over the newspaper, and the police were searching up Ted's house. I think he lived within the area when Lulu went missing, which is the last house on the Needless Street. That is what the street is called. So Dee found out about it, and she's about to go to that area, to that street, in search for Lulu. I think at this point Dee is already an adult and Lulu is supposed to be 17. The last time that we heard about Lulu is Lulu was still a kid at that time. So it just feels really sad. We do not know what happened to Lulu, and she's just a young little girl. When Ted saw Lulu on the newspaper, he kept calling her the little girl with popsicle. And it kind of makes me wonder why sometimes Ted talks about her. Like, oh, after the little girl with popsicle went missing, this thing and so happened. It seems like Ted is always referring to her. And there's just something about Ted's behavior that is kind of weird, and Dee is suspecting something about Ted. She hasn't met him yet, but she is in a hunt to find him because she wants to know what happened to Lulu. But it seems like Ted seems like he has no idea of what happened to Lulu either. But Ted is a suspect to the police and also to Dee. We have like three perspectives. We have Ted's perspective, we have Olivia's perspective, which is the cat, the Christian cat, and also Dee's perspective. So we have three perspectives. I don't really know what's the point in inserting Olivia in the perspective. And one more thing, they kept on talking about the gods, but it just seems really, really weird the way they talk about the gods in the trees. It just feels like they're referring to something or someone else. I'm not sure. Also, I'm thinking maybe they're talking about dead bodies, but why are they suddenly talking about dead bodies? Is Ted actually a suspect? As a reader, we do see things from Ted's perspective, but Ted is quite secretive. So it seems like he doesn't really want to let things out that much. Maybe that's why we get Olivia's perspective. I don't know. I'm about to have some lunch, so we'll continue later on. Hello, just popping in. I don't know if that's the right word. Just here to say that the book is starting to get really... remember Dee? Dee is moving into a house next to Ted's house. So Dee is becoming Ted's neighbor. She's gonna find her sister. The thing is, she is presenting herself, like she is introducing herself to Ted. And I don't know, it seems like quite a risky move. Ted does not seem to be dangerous in that sense, because like I said, he kind of have a childlike mindset, and the way he perceives things, and the way that he talks, and the way that he thinks. So I'm just like, I don't really know if he is a threat. He is a man, but I don't know if he is a threat. He just introduced herself as the neighbor for Ted. Currently, I'm seeing this in Olivia's perspective. Olivia, remember, the Christian cat? I'm seeing it in her perspective. And she's like, I don't like this Ted. Meaning that I don't like this woman Ted, as like I don't like this woman human, this female human. So we'll see. Honestly, this is not an exciting story, as in like it's something very, how do I say, very happy-go-lucky type of story, like very hoo-hoo ha-ha, but it's just, I like how it's going. Like, I like the progression of the story. It's just very interesting that we get to see three different perspectives, and one of them is Christian cat. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.